said, I'm going independent.
Okay.
I'm opening up my own brokerage. I'm going to brand the Brandy Jackson Agency.
Right.
So when people ask, well, who do you work for? What company do you write for?
Right.
Brandy Jackson Agency.
Right.
I am the corporation.
Right. Oh, can you look
Yeah.
in your camera and say that?
I am the corporation.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Selling Houston podcast. I am your hostess with the mostess, Courtney Okonlamo, broker Bay, and owner of Collective Realty Co. And I have a very beautiful, I can't even concentrate. Like, what's happening, Brandy? Nobody told you to come in here looking like that, but I'm happy to have you. This is a dear friend and colleague of mine. Her name's Brandy Jackson. She is the owner of an insurance company, and I am just crazy interested in your story and everything that you bring to the table to, make your firm what it is in Houston. So tell the people who you are. I know I kind of stole your thunder with all your accolades.
Well, thank you so much, Courtney. Brandy Jackson, owner of the Brandy Jackson Agency. Mm-hmm. And you said I came in looking like this. They don't call me the insurance diva for nothing.
Really? Okay, so you're not a bae. You're a diva.
I'm a diva.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Pause. Have you seen those new memes? She ain't no diva. Like, have you seen those?
Not. I have
and
to check
everybody's
that
like,
out.
Pointing. You have to check it out. It's the funniest thing ever. I'm going to send it to you when we're done.
I'm going to have to check that out.
So you're a diva, not a bae. Because, I feel like there's probably some differences between the two. So what does that mean to you?
When I gave myself the name, I remember thinking about, how am I going to brand myself?
Yeah.
And, of course, this is something I'm sure we'll get into later.
Right.
Is you're a black woman
mm-hmm.
going into the insurance industry, young black woman. And how
I've
are you
never
going
even seen it, by the way.
How are you going to set yourself apart from every other agent that's out there?
Right.
And I never forget, I was an Allstate agent at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I walked into a meeting, and one of the directors said, Brandy, you're always put together.
As if that's not normal.
Yeah. And it just, resonated with me. And I said, I am always put together. And I will always be put together. That's who I am.
So, like I told you before we even, agreed to, have you come on and talk about this story, I get told that a lot too. And I thought that it was a compliment at one point, but hearing you say it, again, for me, it sounds more like that is just totally unexpected.
It's a trigger.
And I'm going to do business with you because you're put together.
Correct.
Wow.
But you'll be surprised. I remember my former years, just give you guys a little background about me. I was a sales manager at AT&T for 16 years.
Girl, you're 16, so I'm confused.
Well, I'm telling my age. But
what?
yes.
Buddy?
So
okay.
as I would go out to the customers, and I was B2B, so I was business to business.
Right.
I'm sitting down with CEOs, technical directors, and everybody. And one of my directors told me at the company, people are going to buy from you just because of the way that you look.
Okay, fair.
And I didn't, at the time, just went over my head.
Yeah, because you were younger.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. And so I just remembered, you show up the way that you feel. You show up looking like somebody. You show up like you're put together, and people are going to naturally want to do business with you. I have got many deals closed because of how I showed up.
Yeah. And I think it's important, too, for us to underscore and highlight that, yes, looking the part is probably 80 to 90% of the battle.
Absolutely.
And then to keep the attention and to keep, the business, so to speak, you still have to know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And that's what I admire you so much for.
Oh, yeah.
You are drop dead gorgeous. You are going to look the part. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is or what time it is. I've literally never ran into you and you just were not.
Well, honey, I have those days
beautiful.
where I'm looking like
when
a bomb.
When are they? Because nobody has seen it. Where they at?
Ooh, so the last 2 weeks, just being transparent, at my home, I've had a demolition going on.
Oh, God, you're renovating?
I am renovating my home. I just got a custom closet built.
Ooh.
I just redid my master bath, so I'm going crazy because I can't use my own shower.
Right. Oh, not even the shower, damn. Okay.
Oh, yeah, and so it's been a... Man, I haven't put makeup on in about 2 weeks. So
well, then you ain't been out the house because again, see, got her.
But yes, it's been a process these last couple of weeks because I am a girly girl and I like to do my makeup. I like my hair.
Right.
But hey,
but you know
I
what?
needed that time.
But you still, like I said, you show up, but you still are like beyond beauty and brains.
Absolutely.
So I want to get into a little bit about even how you start, because I see some of your history with, the telephone company and insurance on a broader scale.
Correct.
Now you have your own firm. Like, how did that even happen? Like, how did you get there? Why did you want to do that? What happened?
So just to kind of give you guys a short version of my background, I started my professional career at AT&T. Well, they were Southwest and Bell at the time, so I'm telling my age again.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, girl, you are.
I'm telling my age again. Oh, yes, it was Southwest. It was the Bell.
Wow.
And then the Bell was bought. Well, then they turned into SBC, and then it also went into AT&T.
Okay.
And I did that for about 16 years, and I felt like I had reached a glass ceiling.
Right.
I felt like I had gotten to the highest I felt like I wanted to get with the company. And so I said, well, what's next? And so I had a friend of mine. She had been in the insurance industry for about 5 or 10 years at the time. I can't remember. It had been a while.
So 5 or 10 for her, but 16 for you?
So
or not insurance?
Not insurance.
Oh, okay.
16 for me as a sales manager. And so I just was like, what's next?
Yeah.
What's next for me? And I had a strong sales background.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to stay in the industry.
Right.
So one of the things I spoke to a couple of friends and I was like, man, I'm just trying to figure out my next. And she said to me, you'd be amazing at the insurance industry. She said, because you're already great at what you do.
Right.
And plus you'll be helping people.
Right.
And so I kept, pondering with the idea. And so about a year, maybe a year and a half went by.
Right.
And I just started seeing things change in the corporate world.
Okay.
And so it was an amazing opportunity, and I remember making a decision. I said, I'm going to take a leap, and I'm going to do it.
A leap of faith. So 2 things that I hear and that I'm seeing in your story. Number 1, I smell a mentor. I smell someone that was ahead of you in terms of knowing and seeing the potential in you and building you up potentially.
Well,
Kinda. Not
you
quite.
know,
She gonna see this now, girl.
And that's fine because I'm very transparent. I'm very honest
because I want to know.
You have to have a core background, a solid foundation of who you are, what your knowledge is, and where you're going.
Okay,
and have a plan.
Right.
And so I did all those things, and I thought about it before I took that leap.
Right.
I love the fact that she introduced me to it. But to my surprise, I actually came in this industry and surpassed all of the things that I think a lot of people felt like that I was going to do.
But that you weren't going to do. So what I find interesting about mentors is that it's not always that they are always going to be in a bigger and brighter position.
Correct.
Typically, and one thing that I, preach pretty often too is you will teach, when you're mentoring and coaching and teaching people, the people that you're mentoring, coaching, and teaching should be better than you.
Correct.
They should be at some point surpassing
Absolutely.
you because a lot of times you're learning it as you go and then, somebody sees something in you and then they pour into you and build into you. And naturally, especially if you have those things that you just talked about, the foundation, the plan, the willingness to succeed. You
Yes.
had all those things.
Correct.
So you just took the hell off. And she may not have even had those qualities.
Correct.
You know?
I've had mentors, and they were not directly in the insurance industry. They were business owners.
Okay.
People that have been in business over 20 years.
Yeah.
And I value some of the things that they sat me down and told me. And, you know, like a book, I sat there and I was like, man, I remember them telling me these were going to be some of the challenges that I would face. These would be some of the things that I needed to make changes within myself to become a successful business owner.
Wow. And look at you today.
Yeah.
So you took the leap of faith, because that was the second thing that I was going to talk about. Most business owners have that epiphany, and most business owners come from corporate, at least the successful ones that I've seen, right? Do. And it's because that's where we learn our structure. That's where we learn our discipline. That's where we learn how to make people happy, quite frankly.
That's
and when you own a business, you got to have good customer service skills, and you have to know how to do the business of it all. So it sounds to me like you just had that foundation too. You took that leap of faith, and then it worked out. So how many years have you had the firm then?
I've had my agency for 7 years now, and I've been in the insurance industry for 10.
7 years?
7 years.
So do you have staff? Tell me about, like, what's a day in the life of Brandy Jackson?
So just to give you a little background, when I first started out as an agent, I was an Allstate agent.
Okay, I remember
I did that for 2.5 years. I built my book from 0 clients, 0 customers, $0 to almost $5 million in 2 years.
What?
Yeah.
And insurance, that's a huge number.
Absolutely,
Tell the
it
people
is.
what that really means.
So $5 million in premium means that I came in and I was hustling, I was grinding. I had a really great team.
Wow.
We did it. You know, we set our goals monthly, and we met those goals. I remember I started my agency in September of 2016.
Okay. Wow.
It was September the 1st. And every insurance company has these, you know, goals that you have to meet, and they give you these nice, you know, awards and trips and things like that, and which I absolutely loved, you know, when I was an agent with them. So September 1 hit, and I got...
Of what year?
Of 2016.
Okay.
And so that's when I opened my doors. It was first day, lights, camera, action. And I remember preparing for that day, and I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So I remember sitting down, fast forward, with he was kind of like a director of my region with Allstate. And we sat down and we started looking at numbers. This was like maybe the latter part of December. And he said, have you looked at your numbers lately? And I said, no, I've just been working. You know, I just been really working, trying to develop my people, try to get the hang of things here in the agency. And he pulled it up. He was at my office doing an office visit. He said, hey, let me pull up a chair. So he pulled it up. He looked at the numbers, and he said, I want you to know that nobody, not another agent that I know, hit the numbers that you have in 3 months.
Wow.
He said, do you know that you made it to the Circle of Champions? He said, that's the highest award.
For insurance?
For insurance that you can hit as an agent.
Wow. And you did it within your first year of opening the agency?
I was open for 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
So the leap of faith paid off, just like it normally does.
It did.
I mean, this is textbook, and everybody knows that success is on the other side of fear. Like, everybody says it, everybody knows it, and then I'm constantly bringing people onto the podcast that just prove it over and over again. And that's why, for me, it's important to know the backstory that leads up to it, and to know that it didn't happen in 2 years, because everybody thinks, you know, yes, you reached that success after 3 months of being in business, but you were in the industry for umpteenth years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, trying to make sure that you perfected your craft.
Before I even opened up my agency, I worked for 2 other agents before. And I'm glad that I did, because it allowed me to get in the door. I worked for a brand new agent. I seen an agency being started from scratch.
Okay.
I helped her build her book of business. I was one of her top agents. And I'm not afraid of the work now.
Right.
I even worked for another agent. He was well off. He had been in the industry for probably over 10 years.
Right.
And I went to work for him because he was more knowledgeable. I wanted him to take me under his wings. I wanted him to groom me and show me. And I went in with the intention. I told him straight up. I was like, hey, I am going to be opening up my own agency
And
within
you told
a year.
them out the gate.
I did.
Perfect.
I said, so if you hire me, just know that you only have me for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do my best while I'm here.
Right.
I'll get your numbers up. I'll do everything that I need to do. And when I got ready to resign from his agency, he said, what can I do to keep you? I said, there's nothing you can do to keep me.
Yeah.
I said, because my mind was already made
Right.
up. And I knew that I wanted to own my own agency.
Right. Okay, so this has been crazy enlightening. I think that, when you start these firms, and I know I keep calling it a firm, and I'm noticing you're calling it an agency. So school us a little bit about insurance, why we need it, why there's a deficit in the Black community in terms of insurance across the board, because the statistics show that there is. And that's how I think we kind of relate on these topics, because it translates into real estate too. But what types of things do you do to explain to people of color that they need insurance products, where they should be going to find them, and how they should kind of compare you guys to figure out who the best, direction is?
Great question, Courtney.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I will always say that, definitely is it's a barrier.
Right.
One of the things that I've noticed in the insurance industry since I've been in it is changing people's mindset about why insurance is so important.
Right.
My favorite slogan that I use, and I tell people, insurance is not a bill, it's an investment.
Okay, good.
And when I say investment is, I give them the story, I make them think about what would happen in the event that you don't have insurance.
Right.
Do you have a bucket of money that's just sitting in a bank account to bring yourself back to whole in the event of a loss?
Yep.
Or, what would you do in a situation like that? Mm-hmm. And so I kind of educate them on why they need it. Right. I talk to them and I tell them what would happen in a situation if you don't have it.
Okay.
And I tell them to look at it as an investment. Like, you're investing into something in the event that if you have a unexpected loss,
right,
that you will be brought back to whole.
Yeah.
Meaning, I'm God forbid your house burned down.
Right, right.
We can't control an electrical fire.
Yeah.
You can't control water. Water leaks happen all the time. Right. I'm going through a full renovation.
Is that why?
Found 2 leaks in my bathroom.
And that's happened to me before as well.
Absolutely. And if you don't have insurance, it would be an absolute nightmare to bring yourself back from that, because you got to get renovations, you got to get restoration completed, you got to have your house repaired, things like that, because water is something that can't sit, So I talk to them and I educate them on why it's so important to have homeowners insurance, why it's so important that I feel like the Black community should have insurance.
Yeah. And
when
protection.
It comes to, and it's not just home and auto. I am getting ready to go into a full-blown campaign starting in January where I'm going to be talking to every single Black business owner, not just Black business owner, but business owners, period.
Right.
Individuals that I come across about why it's so important to have life insurance.
Right.
That's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about.
Right.
But we're going to have those conversations. They're uncomfortable because guess what? Other cultures have passed us up and surpassed us decades after decades. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because they're utilizing life insurance as an investment tool.
Yes.
People don't, when they think about life insurance.
And that's where I want to stop you too, because, I come from a background of property management, loan servicing, and a lot of different sectors of real estate that allowed me to open up my eyes and see what net worth really looks like, and look at balance sheets of billionaires and millionaires with hundreds of thousands of dollars in insurance investments, millions of dollars in real estate. Obviously, that's the norm, right?
Correct.
But they use insurance as a tool to build wealth.
Correct.
Through life insurance primarily.
Absolutely.
And we are just far behind.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important for me to speak to people like yourself so that you can kind of tell, the audience what they should be doing to at least attempt to replicate that. We have a long path and a long way to go.
Yes.
You and I both know that.
Absolutely.
But it starts with you and I. It starts with education and empowerment. So if somebody said, okay, I have X amount of dollars and I'm ready to take that type of step, I own a home, maybe I own a business, and now I want to take that next step and leverage my money to buy life insurance or any type of insurance that you think can build wealth while they're alive, what would you recommend, or are you still embarking upon that?
So there is a product, and I've been talking to a lot of business owners, a lot of individuals that are looking to aggressively invest their money into something,
Right.
a life insurance policy. So the great thing about life insurance is it is a tax-free tool.
Yep.
You get to pull your money out tax-free, plus the government can't touch it.
Right.
So guess what other cultures have been doing for years?
Tell us. That's what we want to know.
They've been putting their money into these life insurance products and building wealth.
Right.
And the government cannot touch that money. And guess what? When you're ready to pull it out, tax-free dollars.
Right.
They've been pushing these other agendas on us for years. And my goal, my creation, the reason why I feel like my purpose is for me to educate us on the things that we should have known,
Right.
that we don't know. Like 401k is the biggest,
Say it.
The 401k plans are the biggest joke that they've created.
Thank you.
Over the years.
They are. And to just kind of bring it in synonymity with real estate, I tell people all the time when we're buying properties, I need you to pull all that money out of that 401k
Absolutely.
and park it in real estate. It's safer in real estate. It's more beneficial and it compounds more in real estate.
Absolutely.
And unless you're going to be aggressive in your 401k, you have got to be a little bit more diverse and figure out other ways to scale your money. And
They don't
crazy.
tell us, and it's lack of knowledge.
Right.
Unless you can sit down with a financial advisor or a planner or somebody that's going to give you the game
Right.
and tell you where to put your money, we're all just throwing our money into it and thinking that it's going to grow.
Right.
When I rolled my money over and took my money out when I left corporate America,
Most people do that.
I was shocked at the amount of money. I've sat down and had conversations with people that have been with companies 30 and 40 years.
And when you were there 16.
I was there for 16.
Okay.
I was able to move mine and make some moves.
Right.
And I'm way better off in 10 years than I was in 16
16
years. Yes.
And were they matching it?
They were matching it.
And that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse when they're matching it.
Oh, absolutely. But they tell us that's the American dream.
Right.
Oh, you get this great job and you get this 401k and they match it and they give you this and they're not giving you anything,
Right.
honey.
They're not. Don't forget the honey.
They're not giving you anything, honey. Like it's all a game. It's all a joke.
Wow.
I am going to be talking to a lot of my individuals about how to replace the bank.
Okay.
Pull your money out of that 401k account and put that money into some life insurance.
Right.
There's a product called the IUL,
Okay.
the Index Universal Life. It's tied to the S&P.
Okay.
It is one of the most aggressive ways of putting your money into a life insurance product where it can grow over the years.
Yeah.
And then you also have a death benefit. So not only do you have money that you
While
can
you're
utilize
alive.
while you're alive,
Yep.
but you also have money that you can leave for your family and you're creating that legacy.
Right. It's like a double in.
Oh,
sword.
yeah. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you navigate that, and I know you said that that's coming in, January?
Yes.
You mentioned?
Yes.
I think that enlightening everyone and, trying to get them to see a different perspective and find different ways to invest their money is excellent. However, I want to talk a little bit more about, us being females in these two synonymous industries.
Correct.
What types of things are you doing to teach women, kind of like us, about starting these types of agencies and, realizing that they're even made for it? What kind of things are you kind of putting in the atmosphere, if anything, to mentor and empower other, Black women like us?
So, it's amazing that you asked me that story. So when I first started my agency, I was an Allstate agent.
Right.
But then a few years after that, God said, you're ready. And I said, what am I ready for?
Right.
ma'am, you're ready. And I said, no, I'm not.
So you was talking back. You can't talk back to God now.
God was like, no, ma'am, you're ready. And he gave me a little hunch and a little hunch.
Yeah.
And funny story, I sat down with another insurance company,
Right.
and I was thinking about opening up a brokerage with them.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, I had a business coach at the time.
Okay.
And she said, Brandy, whatever your next move is, you got to stick with it. You don't want to be the Allstate agent. You don't want to be the farmer's agent. You don't want to be the State Farm agent.
Familiar.
You don't want to jump all over the place. So you need to figure out what is it that you truly want to do and stick with it.
Yeah.
And I made a tough decision, and I said, I'm going independent.
Okay.
I'm opening up my own brokerage. I'm going to brand the Brandy Jackson Agency.
Right.
So when people ask, well, who do you work for? What company do you write for? The Brandy Jackson Agency.
Right.
I am the corporation.
Right. Oh, can you look in your camera and say that?
I am the corporation.
You are the corporation.
I am.
And you took that, you ran with it.
Correct.
She challenged you and told you, what are you going to do? Because you can't be hopping around.
Absolutely.
And you ran with it. And now you're just kind of spreading the gospel, to whoever is going to listen.
I am. My first 2 years being an independent agent was extremely difficult.
Okay.
It was challenging.
What happened?
I took a pay cut because the independent world is a little bit different from being captive.
Right.
And then also
Wait, what? Wait.
Oh yeah, it's called captive or captive or exclusive would be the better term.
Oh.
So
those are some shots fired. I had to stop. I'm like, did she?
But I will say, I felt captive in that situation, and so that's why God said, "Baby, you're going to do some big things, and they have you in a box. You can't be who you are until I push you to the next level."
Right.
So the challenge that I went through becoming an independent agent birthed my book.
Right.
I wrote a book.
You wrote a book?
I did.
I am firing whoever did not tell me that. What's the name of the book?
It's called Be Independent.
B, like B. Did you do B with no E?
I did.
You should have done that.
But I did Be Independent because I wanted it to be relatable.
Right.
I wanted people from all walks of businesses, not just in the insurance industry.
Right.
Think about what are you doing and how you can create a plan to go out and do this thing on your own.
Right.
It's challenging. It's hard. But here's the book for me to tell you the things that you need to do.
Right.
So that way you don't have to go through the mistakes and the challenges that I had to go through becoming independent. Nobody told me these things.
Yeah.
Because being an exclusive agent and going into an independent world, two totally different worlds.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit how. Like, why are they different? And what types of things, like, do you miss some things about being exclusive versus, usually you don't, but, I'm just curious.
Just in total transparency, when you're exclusive or a captive agent for a company, basically you work for the company.
Right.
You are a contractor. You basically work for them.
Right.
They do all your marketing. They do everything for you down to, your business plans, everything. That's done by the company that you work for. When you are independent, you are the company. Right. You are the marketing firm. You are the everything.
Right.
You are the person that buys your leads.
Right.
You are the person that does everything from A to Z for your business. So my best recommendation is if you decide to go independent, you got to have a plan and you got to have some money.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
So clearly you had both.
Yeah.
And I feel like, obviously you took some time to put that together, piece that together. I am just, again, fascinated with how far you've come, what you've done in a short period of time. What types of barriers have you broken as being a Black female in insurance? So,
again, when I first started out as an independent insurance agent, it's not a lot of us. Even when I was an Allstate agent, when I would go to the award ceremonies, when I would go to the leadership conferences, when I would show up in those rooms,
you were the only one.
I was the only one.
Every time?
I'm gonna say every time, every single time. But you know what? I was up for the challenge because I wanted them to know that we pick up books and we read too.
Yeah.
We're knowledgeable.
Right.
And my purpose, again, is to get out here and teach individuals about insurance.
Right.
This has been one of the best kept secrets that a lot of people are pushing to the side because they want the quick, easy, fast gratification.
Right.
But if you really look into how insurance has made a lot of other cultures extremely wealthy, I think we will slow down and look into it.
Right, right. So I just thank you for being able to share that, because I think that not only, again, in real estate are we having that shortage
Correct.
of people that are knowing better and not really realizing and doing better.
Correct.
I feel like we can do some great things together. So whatever you're doing in January, I definitely want to be a little bit of a part of that.
Absolutely.
So piece it together. Let us know. Two things.
There are
What
two
is
things
that
I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
So in January, I'm going to be going full blown into educating and talking to clients on life insurance.
Okay.
I want you to know how to invest.
Okay. So you're going to take a different angle. Not just give me your money and get life insurance. I'm teaching you how to invest in life insurance.
I'm teaching you how to invest your money and why it's so important to do that and how. And also, I want you to see how you can actually replace the bank.
Yeah.
Second thing is I'm going to be a risk management consultant starting in January.
Love that.
So I will be talking to business owners. One thing that I've learned since I've been in the insurance industry, 99% of business owners, 99. Let's say that again.
Okay.
99% of the business owners that I come in contact with, they don't know how to properly insure their business. They're putting themselves at a huge risk.
Wow.
So I am going to be out in the field working with business owners like yourself and other, businesses, and sitting down and actually having a full-blown consultation about how to properly insure your business. Yeah. And so I am going to be taking the role on as being a risk management consultant.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first.
Yes.
Well, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm very blown away by just your success story and everything that you have been able to achieve. I had no idea that you had been doing this for this long, but it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Writing that book is crazy. Tell the people where they can find the book.
The book is actually on Amazon Prime. You can actually get it from
it's on
Barnes and
Prime,
Nobles.
y'all.
Absolutely. I'd seen it on Barnes and Nobles, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm ecstatic! I made it!"
You really are in Barnes and Noble?
I am, and it's called Be Independent, and I actually have a website, beindependentbook.com.
Okay,
you can purchase it there as well too, and it has some great gems in there, some great information, some challenges, some things that I went through. Getting to where I am now, and I just wanted to help somebody else. So that way they don't have to spend their time, their money, and just the sleepless nights and things, trying to figure this thing out and navigate it.
And across multiple sectors, not just insurance.
Not just insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I wanted to reach people.
Right. People.
Yes.
I love that.
Hello, welcome to Collective Realty. Go ahead.
All right, so Brandy, I'm sorry to do this to you. We do this to everybody. It's kind of like a hazing if you come on the show. And we're playing a game, and CJ is going to explain the game because I think they're probably trying to haze me today too. So what's this game?
I don't know about hazing, boo.
What's the game?
This is the 5-second rule game.
Okay.
So there's 5 questions. I'm gonna ask both of you each of these 5 questions, and you can't repeat answers.
Okay.
Or you take a shot.
Okay.
If you don't give the correct amount of answers within the given 5 seconds.
We got to do 5
take
seconds.
a shot.
Right. How you got to do 5 answers?
No. Just the correct amount. So it may be name this many things. Or, whatever.
And we got to do it in 5 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Good luck, girl.
Quick on your toes.
Let me get this
okay.
shot going.
Jesus, hold on.
All right, we like to do guests first. So, Miss Brandy.
Yes, ma'am.
Name 3 Beyonce albums.
You should have said songs. That's not okay.
I know.
Songs, girl. I'm changing it. Songs.
It's okay. Let's do songs. Deja Vu, Crazy in Love, Pure Honey.
Give it to her.
Okay.
Give it to
All
her.
right. I've never heard Pure Honey.
Yeah,
though.
girl.
It's on the new
That's
album.
on the new album. That's on the Renaissance. Girl, get out.
That's on the new
Get out right now. Get out.
Excuse me. Listen, I work a lot. I don't have time.
Now see.
Because now y'all had me in work mode. Now I had to switch to, oh my God, I'm Sasha Fierce now.
That Pure Honey. It doesn't even sound like that's the name of it because it's a really good song.
It is.
Tara loves that
Okay,
song.
I'm going to turn it on after this. All right.
Absolutely. Do that.
Miss Courtney Okanlamo, you're
Not the
up.
same.
Yes. 3 songs. Go.
Okay. Me, Myself, and I. That's a classic. That's my favorite. Did you say Crazy in Love? Mm-hmm. You said Crazy? She said Crazy in Love?
Mm-hmm. Take a shot, please.
Tristan!
Girl.
You know what?
You know what? And I'm going to be honest. I didn't realize that I would have to Love on Top, Signs.
All of that.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
I'm a diva. That was a song.
Diva.
That was so. You
yes.
have to see that meme. I'm sending it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Partition.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love Partition. That's my song.
Drive a
Okay,
roll up
what's
the
next, girl?
partition, please. Yeah, I was gonna say she need a
my
refill.
God.
Did you take
That's
a
a
shot
lot.
too? You getting warm? You taking your clothes off? Okay. Oh, all right, all right.
You walking through the screen, or you turned it off? Okay. So, what's
Okay.
next?
Next,
I can't
you
even
want to go
see.
first? You go first this time, Courtney. All right. Oh, this
I'm
is
not
this
drinking
is
that
good.
then, so you can
Name
forget it.
3
Oh, yeah.
things that you spend too much money on. Go.
Well, it used to be retail, and not anymore. Food? No, you didn't give me 5 seconds.
Girl, I sat here. I gave you more.
Redo. This is a bad game, okay? This is a bad game.
I'm gonna get a counter
Already, as
to
soon
put
as you
right
say that, I
here.
know my
Okay.
three.
Retail, food, coffee.
I was gonna say if you don't say Starbucks, you're absolutely
Coffee.
insane.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm
all
winning and I'm not drinking. Yes.
All
Brandy,
right.
your turn.
Miss Brandy.
Probably shopping,
Okay.
food, and coffee.
It's
an addiction.
Wait a second. This is Houston.
I gotta have my coffee
Now,
every day.
Every day? Mobile order?
Oh, no, I don't do the mobile order
Okay.
now.
You walk in? Oh, girl.
No.
The
I
ghetto.
I drive through.
Girl. Okay. You better get
What'd
with
you
the
say, the
mobile.
ghetto?
Get with the mobile, girl. Don't be in them lines. We don't wait in lines.
The time.
Courtney,
What's
if you don't
next?
perform on this next one,
Okay.
you're taking your shot.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna go first. Ready? Name 3 of the Real Housewives quotes. Go.
Who gonna check me, boo? She by Sheree. That's good. I love you, Big Papa.
You got it. You got it. Well, baby, let me take my shot because I don't know any of them.
Go ahead.
You don't know any?
I'm not a big
Girl,
Real
you gotta go
Housewives.
too.
Yeah.
If you're not a Housewives fan, you gotta go too. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta
Wow.
go.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't know none?
None of them.
None?
Cheers.
I love it. Go ahead.
Cheers, honey.
Look, she did it with no hesitation. I couldn't do it either.
You don't do Housewives?
I don't.
Okay.
I tried to get into
Yeah, no,
Potomac a
I
little.
had to get quick. I had to get
I'll
quick
watch
with
them
it.
here and there. I'm not a big TV
Really?
girl
I'm a
like that.
reality TV junkie. I literally will just let it play for hours while I'm working.
I'm a booker. I book. I read.
I'm not that great.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. Or either on Netflix. You know, I
Okay.
like movies. You know.
Oh, you're a movie
But I'm
girl.
not
Okay.
I'm not a big reality TV.
Reality
show.
TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better.
I do love
You're a better
reality,
person.
just not the
No.
Housewives.
I like what I
My
like.
kids tease me
I'll
all the
binge
time.
watch Netflix, honey, all day.
Really?
If
Okay,
it's a
so
good
you're
one.
a binger still.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I just didn't get into the Real Housewives.
Fair
Is there
enough.
anything you're watching currently or finished on Netflix?
It's called is it American Madame?
Okay.
What's that about?
It's a show. It's on Netflix. I'm on like the 13th episode now,
Oh,
and I
my
just started
God.
watching it the other day. So yeah, I
that's
love
crazy.
I love my Netflix series.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get into them. They're pretty good. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Can't do it.
wonderful.
They
All right.
warm me up. I'm nice and warm and
There we
fuzzy.
go.
That's the
Ooh.
end.
No,
Of that
we got
game?
one more.
Oh God.
One more. Brandy, I'll let you go first this
Sure.
round. Okay.
Easy one.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. Just see how creative you are. You can't give the same answers either.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Name 3 reasons to have a drink.
Oh.
3 reasons to have a drink. Can't sleep, need to relax, and want to turn up.
Period.
I like that. Okay.
All right,
You
Courtney.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's Friday at Collective Realty Co. Closing. I got a closing.
Period.
Yes.
And I'm with my man.
Okay.
Period.
I love. Come on, give me some.
Well, we know who likes to drink around here.
You know.
Y'all came up with
any
those
reason.
quick.
You know how we do.
Yeah. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
I woke up this morning.
Yes,
It's time
exactly.
Listen, this was Houston, honey. Let me
Yep.
move you.
Well, thank you for being good
Are we
sports and
done?
playing.
Because I
Yes.
can't stand games. Brady, that's one thing about me. I only
I'm not
do
a big
these
gamer
games.
either.
You aren't either?
I'm not.
Most serious.
But I'm a team player, though. You said we playing a game. I
then you
jumped
just
on
did it.
board.
You
yeah.
did. And you performed.
Absolutely.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate
Welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
Brandy. You are amazing.
Thank you.
I've met you many, many times. I've never been able to sit with you and do something like this.
Yes.
But I'm happy that I did. I'm happy that you asked
Yes,
because I jumped
ma'am.
on it right away. Who other than Brandy to come and let everybody know about what you're doing and just insurance as a whole. It's something that I am not really, interested in professing and things like that, but I do find a lot of value in teaching other people about
Correct.
it and making sure that they're aware of it. So I'm just happy to see a face like me doing
Absolutely.
it and at a very, very high level. So I just want to thank you for joining us today.
I appreciate
We
it.
learned so much. We can't wait for everything that you're bringing in January.
Oh, I want to come back in
Please.
January.
Oh, okay.
So I can
Access
so I can
granted.
reintroduce myself.
Please do that. Please do that. So you have that in January. I want everybody to get Brandy's book, Be Independent, available on Amazon Prime and in Barnes & Noble.
It is.
Okay, because
Yes.
she's major. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us again on the Selling Houston podcast. We aim to empower and educate realtors, lenders, all of the professionals that are in our field, and then most importantly, our buyers, our sellers, our tenants, and just our everyday people. And as you saw today, we even did that through insurance. We've never had that type of topic on the podcast, so I'm so happy that we finally get to expose the gems of insurance, especially in our community. And until next time.